everyone, a warm welcome to all of you in our today's group discussion on NEP 2020. So here I am Aman Labir and I would like to introduce my group members as speakers. Here is Indrajit Kotwal, the speaker for today's program. Next to Indrajit is Neeraj Kumar, a great artist also. Next to Neeraj is Miss Sonika Katoj. Next to Sonika is Miss Haika Tabassum. Next to Haika is Miss Ria. Next to Ria is Miss Meenakshi Parihar. Next to Meenakshi is Mr. Rahul Kumar, and the next speaker is Miss Sharina Banu. So hello friends, a warm welcome to all of you in our today's program. Now starting the program by remembering God's name, I would like to put my first question to Miss Ria. Ria, what do you think with what aim NEP 2020 has been framed?
Hello everyone. See Aman. NEP 2020 is the new education policy with an aim to increase the gross enrollment ratio to 100% in preschool to secondary level by 2030, whereas as gross enrollment ratio in higher education, including vocational education from 26.3% in 2018 to 20% by 2035. And one more thing I would like to add here, Aman. This education policy, is based on 4 pillars. Number 1, access. Number 2, equity. Number 3, quality. And number 4, accountability.
Thank you, Ria. Now, I would like to ask Ms. Haika Tabassum, is there any change done in the old structure of educational pattern according to NEP 2020?
Well, Aman, in NEP 2020, the old structure for school education, 10 plus 2 is replaced by 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 structures. It means children will spend 5 years in the foundational stage, 3 years in the preparatory stage, the next 3 years in the middle stage, and 4 years in the secondary stage.
Thank you, Haika. Now, I would like to ask Mr. Indrajit Kotwal. Indrajit, now can you tell me what the new education policy recommends about value education?
Yes, Aman, a very important question you have asked. You know what today our society is lacking most is the movement. A society with lack of values ultimately. These are the values that makes a man grown of this creation. Without values a person can't be less than an animal. So in NEP 2020 there is scope for character-oriented education also. For improving skill and human values, self-exploration and natural acceptance. So we can hope that NEP 2020 may be helpful to bring in with desirable results to our children. Personal values in the near future and can be helpful in bringing back the already fast-eroding moral values.
Rightly said, Indrajit Kotwal, without values, human beings are incomplete. Now, I would like to ask Mr. Neeraj Kumar. Neeraj, what do you think is NEP 2020 going to fulfill the expectations we are going to have from our educational system in the present scenario?
Yes, Aman. NEP 2020 is an effort to make their education more comprehensive, easily accessible, with quality education to make the best citizens to run the nation in the best possible way, and to achieve this, the main features introduced in this policy are: number 1, ensuring universal access at all hours of schooling from pre-primary school to grade 12. Number 2, ensuring quality of early childhood care. Number 3, attaining foundational literacy and numeracy education for all children between 3 to 6 years, and the fourth point is new curricular and pedagogical structure, and the next is multilingualism and the power of language.
Thank you, Neeraj. Now, I would like to ask Miss Sonika Katoj. Sonika, what do you think about the motto of NEP 2020?
Well, Aman, the main motto with which NEP 2020 has been formed is to assure equitable and inclusive education so that no child should be denied access to quality education because of their socio-cultural background.
Thank you, Sonika. Now, I would like to ask Mr. Neeraj Kumar what NEP 2020 says about bridging the spoken and written language gap.
For these students can opt for their native language or local language as the medium of instruction till class 5th. NEP also recommended that the students at least till class 8 are allowed to continue their education in a familiar language.
Thank you, Neeraj. Now, I would like to ask Miss Meenakshi Parihar. Meenakshi, is there any change done in the exam pattern according to NEP 2020?
Well, Aman, it's not the same as you know. Certain changes have also been brought in the exam pattern, like last 10th and 12th board exam are likely to be redesigned by the assessment body Parihar, whose full form is Performance Assessment Review and Analysis of Knowledge for Holistic Development. The structure aims to encourage holistic and e-learning, the need for coaching classes. One more possibility is that board exam will be held twice instead of once. Students of classes 3rd, 5th and 8th will be tested on literacy and knowledge instead of how much they have been able to memorize.
Okay. Now, I would like to ask again Miss Haika Tabassum. Haika, what does interdisciplinary approach in NEP 2020 means?
Well, Aman, a key pillar of the NEP 2020 is multidisciplinary education. In NEP 2020 is liberal, holistic and multidisciplinary education. In NEP 2020, the students are given the freedom to opt and integrate the subjects of their choice. The communication of sciences with arts or commerce will be seen in NEP 2020 for the first time. It was never before this. We have always see medical, non-medical and arts streams separate. So this is also one of the specialty of NEP 2020.
Thank you, Haika. Now, I would like to ask Mr. Rahul Kumar. Rahul, what do you say about the specialty of NEP 2020?
Well, Aman, the NEP 2020 is the first education policy of the 21st century that replaces the national policy or education framed in 1986. This new policy is practical in approach and his been framed in after a research, keeping in mind the reality of the country's scenario. Moreover, this policy is student friendly and main strikes is given on creativity, innovation NEP 2020.
Now my next and last question will be to Ms. Shrina Banu. Shrina, what the main objective of introducing multiple choice question in the assessment of children?
Well, Aman, you asked a good question. NEP 2020 has a focus to transform the culture of assessment. The progress card of our students for school-based assessment, which is communicated by school to parents, will be completely redesigned by state or UTs under guidance from National Assessment Center, that is NCERT and SCERT.
Thank you, Shrina. Well, dear audience, you heard different speakers, and what I understood is that the focus of NEP 2020 is expected to shift from rote learning to holistic, integrated, enjoyable, and engaging learning. And one of the most important aspects of NEP 2020 is that students are likely to enjoy the freedom of selecting interdisciplinary subjects. NEP 2020 is going to encourage students to learn more about India. And NEP 2020 hopes to bring more students to school with various strategies, scholarships, and schemes. With this hope, you all might have understood the basic underlying ideas of NEP 2020 at school level. I would like to thank all the speakers, including myself, who gave such an important information regarding NEP 2020 at school level. Once again, thanks a lot. Have a nice time ahead.